Hi, hello, welcome to Dusty Shop, where bad decisions are rabid and planning is lacking. So, don't do what we do. Well, you could try it. Have fun with it. You know, do the YouTube stuff. Click like and subscribe. Alright, thanks. Alright. Alright, Circus Goers. So today, we're going to do something a little different, a little DIY, IYD, whatever those things are called. We're parts for stuff in the shop, so it's kind of, yeah. So what we got here is I have an engine stand, and what I want to do is, you always have to you loosen it up, and you got to wrestle it. So what we got here, we got a slack adjuster, brake adjuster, out of a big truck. And so what we're going to do, basically, is come through here like so, mount this thing on here like so. And then you can come over here and you make a little mounting part right here. And then what you can do is you grab it right here. There's a little, if you've ever worked with semis, you can go in here and you can adjust the brakes. So that way, that's what the cam is. But anyhow, we'll get all that to work. And then that way, all you got to do, you take a 9/16 socket, shove it in there, and you can turn it, and this thing will rotate and stop and hold right where you want it. So you don't got to worry about wrestling or anything like that. You just sit over here with a ratchet or, I think you can hit, I don't know.
We're going to run a bracket from here?
Mm-hmm. We're going to run a bracket from here out to here to hold this in place, maybe put a bolt or something in here. Oh, so that's, we're going to have to cut, obviously we're going to cut this shaft off, and then we'll come in here on this, we'll cut this piece off because we don't need it. And then we'll cut it off kind of flush in here. And then what we'll do is we'll weld it up in here. And then we'll get this thing kind of, so it sits kind of center. And then we'll put a little something in here, maybe like right through where the old holes were. Run something down in there and then weld it there, weld it in here the best we can. And they got to be like super perfect because most of your work is here on the end. So, yeah, it's just.
On this end, we get a piece of thick plate, cut a hole in it, slide that through, weld it to the plate, and then weld it to here.
We
can center it.
We'll have to look at that.
Oh, it's going to be inside.
It's got to be inside. So that way you
cut it where it'll sit down.
Yeah, so it'll
pull this out, cut a washer where it'll sit right in that ridge down there.
Yeah, something like
and
that.
I can weld that, and then the hole, we just slide this through there, and then I'll weld it for
you. Yeah. Just fill it up with weld. Get a good weld on this side.
On this one too.
This one we can just slide it in there the best we can, and then get it so.
That's why we try to keep it centered. Make two plates, two heavy washers, where one will go inside here.
Okay.
And one will go inside there.
Right.
And that'll keep it centered.
Right.
And I can weld it to here.
Yeah.
And then here.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a hole cut, and you just slide it in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, when you take this whole thing out, this should stay here like this, and then this should, it should do this.
This stays sitting here, or do you want to bolt it where you can take it off?
Yeah. This is going to be set up so that way you can take this piece off, which is the adjuster, and then that way in case it breaks or anything like that, I don't want to weld it on there that way, and then you got to grease it every now and then.
Okay, I got it now.
So. Yeah, and then you just.
Yeah, you're gonna be flat unless you want to try to cut it with a torch. I need two thick washers.
Okay.
One fit inside here. We'll take this over to the table. One that'll fit flush inside there, and one that'll fit flush inside here.
Okay.
Or at least halfway in there.
Right.
So I'm gonna weld it so that'll be flat. So these will still slide. Then we slide this in there, and then I'll weld it all around solid. The same way back here, weld it solid.
Yeah, and then we just got to build a little something right here to come out, and then hold this, hold that in place, so it's good and some grade 8, some solid. Yeah. So.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Yep.
I would say get a big plate, plasma holes so they fit snug on here.
Okay.
We'll clean them up. After we do that, you can sit it up here and mark so to sit.
Right.
I want it to sit. When we tap it down in there, I want it to sit inside here.
Okay.
That way I can weld.
Okay.
Around there. On this side, I want it to sit right there.
Right.
Then I can come here and weld it right here.
Right.
All the way around.
Right. We'll take these. We'll take these off real quick. That way.
Well, I'll take them off.
Okay.
Because we get a plate, cut two plates, blow the hole in the middle so that'll fit snug. And then we'll slide one on there, push it through, slide the other one. We'll bake the holes for this first. Get that nice and snug tight. After that, pull the plates off, sit it in here, get it drawn, and start grinding it down until it sits right here.
Okay.
And that way we can make sure we try to kind of keep it centered.
Right.
Right? So we need some plate.
Okay.
Is there anything under here big enough?
See. I don't know.
Oh, it's clean now.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. So we go. Let's
Can't
go
find
outside.
nothing when it's
We
clean.
gotta go outside the steel rack and go look for some material.
Yep.
The torch
Oh,
thing is.
baby.
It's definitely.
Dang it. Too wide.
Too wide. What if you
I'll
sit
find
down?
it. You go ahead and get yours.
Okay. I'm just kind of.
Yeah. Then find the center of that, put that through there.
Get my big old fat sausages down in
I always
there.
draw around the outside of it. Now you
Yeah.
notice that's the circle. Now you get in the center of that and blow a hole for this.
Go that way.
Yeah, need two of them.
Cause this is some thick stuff. You said we're
Oh,
going.
one of them, if you cut it on that line, it should drop right in there.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even matter. You can grind down a bit.
Right.
Now you got to do is cut two holes in the center of those two for this to slide.
Right. I might do it before I do. We're going to lop this off.
Well, I was going to get it in there.
Right.
Mark it.
Yeah,
Pull it
and-
out and then cut it off.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's. Just make it slide over this because still got to go over that part.
Okay.
The center hole. And it shouldn't be that big. I'm just trying to make sure I try to get it centered as much as possible. That's all.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Huh?
I go fire up the air compressor.
You all hooked up.
And let me get this bad boy
2.5.
set it lined up. Where is the circle cutter thingy?
Cut the center hole first. Cut the center hole first where the rod's going through. Cut that one first.
Okay. So what I got here, they gave me a piece of plate from out back. It's about 1/4 inch thick. And I'm gonna basically I'm gonna make a washer to fit that there the adjuster bar. And then I'm gonna do right now, I gotta measure all this out. I'm gonna cut me a hole in the middle of it first, cut this holes out, and then I come back outside and cut these. And then, because we're gonna grind these out, make them fit on the two ends, so that way we're trying to keep that the rod centered in the middle of that thing, so that way when we go to weld it, it'll be in the center. It just makes it easier, so we're making everything kind of rigid, so that way when you're cranking it, it's everything's centered. Because you probably can get away with maybe just kind of whatever in there, but I don't know. Might get a little it might get when you're rotating it, you might hit a spot where the thing walks around. Sorry, I'm trying to think and talk at the same time and this while I'm laying this out. What you're gonna get, we're not gonna be like perfect, but we like to be.
This might become a challenge.
Yeah, I'd like it to be as close to what we need as possible. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. So what I might do there, got the two spots lined out. I may take a hole saw. I'm gonna see what size. I think that's a 2-inch. I might try to take a hole saw.
Big old plate to run a hole saw through.
Boy, and that's 1.25 inches. Oof. 1.25 inches.
I was thinking about just plasma and then get the die grinder. Zip around it a little bit, clean it up.
1 3/8 inches. Yeah. Okay. So.
Got a question, Dave.
Okay.
And I need that shaft over here too.
Okay. We may have to wait on that until we get this all built to figure out where to flow.
I'm just trying to find it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to find out how far you want that rod close or out here.
Out close. Make it kind of. Well, let's say it this way. If it requires us to be this distance away from there, you know what I mean? To float that, you know, to get that to be like right?
Yeah, like that.
Because I like that right there. Let's see if we can't make all this, you know, work up to that.
It's gonna bolt here like so, and that's gonna go there and well there.
Right.
You okay with the gap that far?
No, we'll just get I want to make sure that there's enough of this.
Bring that rod over here.
Let's see.
I'm sure it's enough.
Get this in here. So kind of want it tight there.
Oh, that'll work out right. That'd be good.
And
I like that.
yeah, you just have to set that weld kind of deep. You know, when we go do the weld this
I
up.
was saying when you tap that in there, it's gonna be flush with this.
Okay.
Just a little under it.
Okay.
So it'll be on that gear, behind the gear.
Right.
And this will be here. 2 bolts holding there. Might be able to get it with that bigger one. I think that one might be the same size. Yeah, it is. Do that like that. 2 bolts in there like so.
Yeah. Yeah, that could work.
I mean, I can clean it up.
Right. I'm just laying that would give you some room in here to weld. And you have some welds sticking on there.
Once we tap them in there, then I'm gonna weld it in.
Right.
Then
Saying,
slide this on.
right. We'll just get this like this. So that way this sits like so.
This will be right about there.
Right.
And I can put some washers on the bolt to make it sit level.
Right.
Put that like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
I'll clean this up. I think I'm gonna trim it down a little bit, and I clean it all up.
Right.
I can weld here. I don't think I need to close that. I think it'll hold.
I think that's way. You know, I
If
just
it
want.
don't, we can just come back and.
Yeah, we just put a little,
bar in there.
little bar or something to hold that.
But I can weld it here, all the
Right.
way down here, all the way down there. Yeah. Move it over a little bit, get more into the web. So basically, I can push it over here like so.
Okay.
It'll be more in that straight. You ain't got to worry about getting in there because it's just going to be studded.
Right.
Let me do that, and that way it'll clear that hole. Give me 2 clean holes over here. I'll get 2 clean right like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll
Then I
work.
can weld here, back here, under there, and back here. So I'm gonna cut this down. Cut the center of that hole off. Okay,
Okay.
that's all I needed. You need that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I can make sure I'm getting through the... All right, so... What size is that?
I don't know if I'm gonna dull or solid this thing.
Huh?
Are you plasma minute? I'm gonna let you plasma it. Before you start doing your precision cutting, I want you to lop this off.
Okay. I'll use that thing later when I go to do the outside circles. So...
That's cutting it thin, ain't it?
Yeah, it's...
I'll weld it all in there solid.
Yeah, I figured that's why I was going. I was going more for the thicker plate, so that way, if we got to put a little more heat into it,
Are you gonna take a lot of it away?
it's not gonna affect it any by throwing a little heat to it. Okay, that's hooked up. What do you do? I gotta
Just
fix
lop this off real quick for you.
it.
Both sides.
Okay.
Before you do your precision stuff.
Me-
And I'll start grinding her up.
I gotta get somewhere good. There we go. So. Okay.
Ow, that's hot.
Jordan doing what I do. Grab hold of that thing.
Got a ways to go. Do you want it inside it?
Well, we put it on the outside. Well, we have enough room for the
Yeah, just space it out. So we got plenty of rod.
right.
See, I'll just take a little more off of this one,
Because that one's gonna have to be flush.
and it'll go inside there already. See, let's take a little bit off. I can get this one in, but it's gonna take a lot more grinding to get that other one in.
Let me see if I can't run around it with a plasma cutter while you're buffing that one out.
Okay.
Let me take a little trim. You know what I mean?
Where is it?
It's over there.
See, this one.
Oh yeah, that one's miles. Yeah.
See, I grind a little more off of this. I can get this one to go
Right.
inside there.
Yeah,
Just, just take it around there.
right.
You want to try that with the plasma?
Let me. Retard too.
Ah, shit.
I'm over there. Let me grab a hold of this thing right quick. Not with my bare finger.
Nobody
Yeah.
said we was geniuses.
Let me grab this. Let me trim a little off with the old plasma on this one, and
Hit this one too.
maybe I can get it to drop in on the other side a little easier.
Might be able to do that. That's why you need a torch, man. If I had a torch, I could cut these bad boys, drop them right in there.
We got a torch. A little fucked up, but we got a torch.
I'm gonna try the torch. Pliers were too squirrely. I think I can get her with a torch.
Okay. Well, all right, I'll let you.
As long as the gauge don't let it blow up. I'm a surgeon with a torch. As long as the gauge don't let it blow up.
Need to get that. I should move that chain out of the fucking way. You got the old propane torch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make it happen, Captain.
Okay. Here, just use this. I ain't grabbing that hot motherfucker in my hand. I'll be a read. Oh, here, let me give you those. I want those. Let's see.
You have to watch that gauge. Propane least. I'm going to start spiking.
There it goes.
I think it's okay if I'm burning with it, but as soon as it stops, it just starts spiking. Shrunk it. Pull it out. Pull it out and we'll put it in the right way. See what the level looks like.
Okay. Gotta come in through this way.
Pretty good, don't it?
I do. I like it.
Okay.
And sure. Put it down like so.
Oh. It's like, what the hell? What the hell? Okay there? Or you need-
Yeah, no, that's right. That's good right there. Let me.
I was just going to have to roll it all over there to the welder so I can tack this in spot.
Okay.
You want to go and weld this and clean that up and then put this on?
Yeah. Well, I can start.
Or you can start cutting on that with the bandsaw?
Yeah, I'm gonna start making the bad cut with the bandsaw.
Okay, I'm going to do this first.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this that way I can follow. Because our little bandsaw, she's, for what it is.
So when we put it back in, they got to be flush with that washer.
Right, when you go to weld, I'm gonna put a little, once I get this cut off, I'm gonna put a bevel. I'm gonna put a deep bevel on both pieces and on this piece, and then we can come in
How
here,
about you?
deep weld it.
How about when you cut that off, take it back about a 16 in, and then
Okay.
I'll load it up.
Okay. I
instead
can do
of the
that.
bevel.
I'll just wherever the line is, I'll just cut.
No, cut where you want on the line, but
Okay.
when we put it back in, instead of making it flush with the washer, we'll push it in just a little bit.
Gotcha.
And then I'll just blow
Right.
some
Because
weld.
we know it's fucking pulls.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, it'll just put that gear further back on here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I squirrel find a nut every now and then.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this ain't kind of snazzy.
Okay, well, we got to change locations. I don't want to blind. I'm going over here.
Huh?
So I'm going over here.
No, I just stay right here. Load up my.
So I won't blinded by the light. Get on there.
Steal my. Turn this
And
on.
if it's a little sticky, just run the die grinder in there, and then we'll
Yep.
all working. We'll put some lube in. Like that.
Yeah.
Trying to get it right so the good people at home can see.
Yep.
Feel like where it looks straight, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's going to be some inconsistencies in it, so it's not a big deal. I just want a good, you know, we just
Solid
need
well.
solid well.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Hey, push down on that a little bit.
What's that? Push down.
Yeah. Let off a little.
Okay.
Up a little bit. Yeah. Up, up.
Oh, up.
Down here. Right there.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm just trying to center in the hole.
Right. No problem.
Are you lost yet? Are you lost yet?
No, you wasn't liking it, but you had to do it.
Woohoo!
There you go, Dave.
Okay. Let that cool off for a little bit. We'll come back and then we'll put it all together.
I'll do a
And
little grinding first.
yeah, we'll do a little cleanup.
I mean, you can put it together, see if it works, and then you can finesse it later.
Ah,
Put it together.
get everything moving and rolling like it's supposed to.
Got just them bolts. Anyway.
Perfect.
Came out right on that money, right in the middle of them.
Yep. And then all you're gonna do is go like so. And these don't even got to be tight because there's nothing going this way. You just want them on there so that way it doesn't fall off when you're rotating it.
I want to see you operate this thing. That's what I want to see.
So then you take, let me find the 9/16, which I had. Oh, on my impact. Oh yeah, once you lock it.
So once
go
you
nowhere.
stop it, just spin that down for extra
Yeah,
skill.
you just move it down where you want it, and you put an engine block on
I don't
there.
think you need to do that, Dave.
Huh? I might not even mess with it. Like I
I
said,
think you're done.
so, and then you get to come back out.
What'd you do?
So this is a lock. This is like so you can unlock it. So you push that in there. Probably need to do it with a ratchet because it can be done. Because most of the time you're not going to want it wailing. You know, you're not going to want to spin it that
Yeah.
speed of a. So you just come in here.
Oh, you're going to do it with the ratchet all the time anyway.
Yeah, and then you just go like so. And then when
back
you get it where you
straight.
want it, and then you just let it sit, and then you block. That way,
That's cool, man.
that way
I
you're
know
not.
what you was talking about. I just couldn't picture it.
Yeah, so that way when you, and then you can do it either way. So like if you want to turn it, it's not a single direction drive. You can drive it either way. So let's say you want the engine like right there, because you can drop a hit on it. Get it right there, right there. Ain't going
I
nowhere.
like that.
And
The
considering
question is, once you get the engine on there, how much of a...
it's,
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna have to do is with this one, we'll have to do is when we go slide the engine in there, we'll want a bead of grease and a bead of grease.
Keep it lubed up real
Keep it good and greased up. I'm not gonna put like a sleeve bearing type situation. And then that way, this will all stay there, and then we'll just lock
That's
this
just
down.
locked down, right? That's just extra lock.
Yeah, that's just an extra lock, so that way it doesn't, like if you're pushing it. So if we're gonna push it in, I'm moving the
Cool
engine.
about the way you thought this up and did is that as far as the location of the engine horse itself is still the same.
Yeah, you're not changing the
No
function of it.
geometry or none of that.
Nothing
It's
like
all
that. You're
still
just
the same.
changing it instead of having to use a pipe and
Trying to hold it.
and try to
Yeah.
muscle it around. Now you just simply just come up here. You put your ratchet on
Stop
there.
it. Because see, with the holes, you can go so far and you need it just a little bit back this way and you can't.
Right, because your
With
holes
that-
don't line. Yeah.
Yeah, with that, you can put it exactly where you want.
Yeah. So if you're doing you're doing a head or you're doing something that you don't
Yep.
like that, and then you just unlock. You make sure that the little deal comes out the little lock.
Our little silver deal, what comes out to keep you from hitting that, getting on that.
Yeah. So this is also the lock. So once this is out like this won't move.
Oh, it locks the nut.
Yeah, it locks the nut.
Oh, okay, I see now.
Yeah. You just shove it in there to move to get it to operate. You just push in,
Put your socket on it.
put your socket on it, and
And then when it pops out, it grabs the nut. So
then hold it right in place. So that way.
that's cool.
Yeah, and when you're gonna do it, no more. With a full-blown engine on here, with all the goodies on it, everybody knows they get heavy. They get hard to turn. And then when you run the Duramax, because I've had my Duramax on this thing,
Oh, I don't want to think
that thing was a nightmare. I mean, because I had to roll it over to get when you got one head on it, it was hard to get that.
counterweighted.
To get it to come back around. This little stand right here, this is why I chose this one.
With that, you can put an impact.
Yeah, if I wanted to, you can impact on it, and even if you impact it and this breaks, this is like $12. You pull this one off, you get another one. Now these are different splines, so you got to be careful. You got to know what spline you have. I think this is a 28 spline, which I'm going to end up putting a little mark on here.
It's got numbers back there.
Yeah.
You put the serial number down.
Yeah, and then so you just pull that
That's
off.
where you grease her up.
Yep, grease it all up, keep it lubed, and
I like it, Dave. That's cool.
yeah, this thing stops semi.
So I wasn't sure. I knew what you was doing,
Right.
but I just couldn't picture how it was gonna work. But
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah, because, like I said, I'm tired of, and if I do this right, if this is all sitting in here like it's supposed to. One thing also, too, I want to see, I was thinking about this when I did this. It's still a little warm. You may not even need to take this dry piece off right here. You might be able to just to do this.
Yeah. Just wiggle it back in.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I did that, too. Was this?
I would just go ahead and crank them down then and leave them.
Yeah, well, no, I'm gonna leave them just like that, kind of loose or whatever. That way, when you're relining up,
You got some play with it.
you got some room to play with it, and that way you can kind of like that. You can kind of wiggle her into place, get her in there,
Hell yeah.
and then yeah.
Outstanding.
You don't have to ever really mess with the drive part of it. You just take it in and out like a normal deal. Worst case scenario, if I feel, like I said, if you felt like it might slide out, I guess you could drill a hole through that, like a trailer pin type situation.
Yeah.
Or like an implement pin, and just run an implement pin down here that's kind of short.
I wouldn't put a big hole.
No, just like a little 1/4-inch hole.
I like the little.
Yeah, but I've got the lock bolt right here on the top of it, so I don't think I.
But it'd be me and you.
Here we go. This is the mod to the engine stand. Like I said, we just showed you. You rotate it either direction. It works great. It's the parts are $30 brand new on Amazon, eBay, wherever you want to try to get them. If you wanted to try to go to a place that services brakes on semi trailers and stuff like that, they probably got these parts laying around in the back in the scrap bin that they wouldn't care if you took them because they don't think nothing about it. And it makes it so that way you can rotate the engines nice and smooth. So with that being said, That's our DIY engine stand rotating mechanism. Instead of buying a $500 engine stand or $600 engine stand, I just took my AC Doco big engine stand. I think I only paid $50 for the stand, and now I got like $60 into this thing. You know, took some scrap. You can do the filling. I wanted to fill in the gap between when we put the adjuster rod through there, just so that it wouldn't. When you're trying to torque on it, you don't want to wobbling around. Trying to keep my welds that we're doing what they're supposed to do. Hold it, not like.
No slop, basically.
Yeah, no slop.
Wobbling around.
No wobbling around. If it's
Especially
good.
when if they're trying to torque stuff down on a motor.
Yes, I don't want this thing flopping around like a fish, because that's not what we build engines for. So, all right. With that being said, thanks for watching, and that's the engine stand.
We'll come up with another one
Yeah,
another day.
yeah. We'll come up with some more stuff and get her done. So, all right. Thanks.